back from that break. This is still the AM Club coming to you live from the Mexico Studios, Oleander Street, East Legon, Accra, Ghana. My name is Miriam Uduak-Mensah. Good morning. Well, your money deserves a safest home. With Telecel Cash, you're protected every step of the way. No risk, no worries, no long stories, just peace of mind. Just dial *110# or download the Telecel Play app now for safe, secure transaction. Telecel Cash, the safer choice. Now, if you're looking for, as a lady, if you're looking for perfectly stronger, healthier hair, and of course, beautifully straight hair, Bio60 No-Lie Hair Relaxer is your choice, all right? And of course, once you use it, you thank me later. This Bio16 specially crafted 3-in-1 formula straightens and strengthens. Of course, it protects your hair, leaving it with long-lasting smoothness and radiant shine. It's gentle on your scalp and enriched with shea butter, coconut oil, and olive oil to nourish your hair. It's in just 3 steps, you will experience the silky smooth hair you've always been praying for. Choose Bio16 No-Lie Hair Relaxer for a gentle yet powerful transformation that lasts now. Absolutely wow. I know that's what the exclamation is going to be after you have used it. Available at beauty stores and supermarkets near you. New Bio60 No-Lie Hair Relaxer. Express yourself. The GC brand, it's all about you. Now, for our big conversation, we're discussing our conversation is definitely around sickle cell, like I advertised earlier, and its awareness. It would amaze you that there are people that still go to prayer camps. I'm not saying prayer is no good, though. Me, I'm a Jesus baby. Pray every day. Prayer is important. But there are people who don't believe that sickle cell is a condition that people are to live with or lives with people, and it's something that, you need to be aware of. So this June, we're definitely going to be dedicating the month of June in creating awareness on sickle cell. Well, joining me this morning, we are joined by Amos Ando, founder, Foscar Foundation, and Angela Abaobiu, because I know Abaobiu, Abaobiu, NHIA Regional PRO, Greater Accra. Good morning, Madam PRO. How are you doing? How you doing, Amos?
I'm doing
good?
Yes.
Alrighty, now let's jump right into it. When my producer sent me the synopsis and about this conversation, I asked him that this PRO you are bringing, I hope he's coming to tell us that NHIA has, some sort of funding, or is now, if you're living with sickle cell, they actually will take care of, because if that's not what we are talking about, then I don't want to talk.
Then why are you here?
So now NHIS,
yes.
Not
now.
It's always been?
Yes.
Hey, where sure?
Oh,
that's a week.
See you. All right.
See you. You have a foundation that tackles or creates awareness on sickle cell.
Yes.
Why did you start a foundation like that?
Okay, so focus on Sickle Cell Foundation, Full Foundation. We started it with the intent that we want to create awareness on sickle cell disease. I'm a journalist by profession, and also a person living with sickle cell genotype SC. So out of life experience, and then I would like to also bring some health experts together with some of the warriors who are willing to also come out to share their stories, to create awareness, because sickle cell disease has been with us for so many years. Although a lot of NGOs, a lot of institutions here in Ghana are doing their best. But sickle cell, we believe that it shouldn't be one-day discussion.
Yeah.
It should continue from today, tomorrow, infinitely. Because each and every day, sickle cell, someone is coming to this earth to come and suffer with sickle cell. And as at now, the Ministry of Health, the record says that 18,000 babies are born annually living with sickle cell disease in Ghana here. Yes, 18,000. And then this is not like, we are not even talking about those who are not giving birth in some hospitals, who were not able to be captured. So if you gather those numbers, we are even counting of 20,000 or 25,000 babies living with sickle cell annually in Ghana or bringing forth life. You see, it's very life-threatening condition as we are talking now. So sickle cell disease is really, really something that we need to create awareness on. So that brought the conversation, and then we took it up that, okay, so let's also begin something. Although others are doing their best, so let's also come and do our best.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
And how long have you been doing this?
Okay, we've been doing this for about 1.5 years. Okay. Yeah, but when we came in existence, each and every day we are doing something. Yes, because as I said, it's born out of life experience. When you are talking about sickle cell, I'm the right person here.
Yes.
So it gives me the morale and the passion to move further, even when there's no hope.
Absolutely. What are some of the myths about sickle cell that you've heard that with a person, like you being a person living with it, you hear it and be like, what are these people talking about? Okay, so sickle cell condition itself, in fact, what people do say is that they don't live long or beyond a certain age, like 20s. So in your 20s, it's likely that the person may not proceed to their 30s and they will die. I think it's false. Yeah. Because we have a lot of sickle cell warriors. Some are even politicians in Ghana here, living with the condition. They have been doing well. They are in their 50s, 60s. Yeah. I know someone who is a sickle cell patient, who is a nurse. She is now 57 years old. And when you look at her, very energetic. Yeah. So sickle cell disease is not a life sentence as people know. Yeah. But in a way, it is. Why am I saying that? A sickle cell condition itself, you see, the blood cells in our body that help us to also live the life that we are living. See, blood that we see, when you put microscope on the blood, the normal blood that we see, that watery, it's not just watery as we know it, but it's just like round, like bullfrog's shape, how it is, the round shape. But people living in sickle cell, ours is more like a sickle shape, or more like banana or crescent shape. That's how people living in sickle cell, ours are. So you see, blood flows through every part of the body. So anywhere that the heart, when the heart pumps the blood and is sending the blood to the various part of the body so that the body will be having a good living. When it sends the blood, and then very unfortunately you have the sickle inside the blood vessel, wherever that sickle shape is moving towards to. If it's moved towards to the joint, whether it be hands or your knee, you are going to have crisis there because that sickle shape is going to block other blood not to flow. And there won't be any oxygen ahead. So that place, you are going to get crisis. And we call it vaso-occlusive crisis. And we have something called acute chest syndrome, very life-threatening. And then it happened at the chest because your lungs, there's a problem there. So you see, the chest too is very important. Those of us who don't know, the heart is being, the chest is being protected through the heart, where the heart is. So very close to the heart, when you have any problem there, you have to be taking it very serious. So the acute chest syndrome too is a pain where the blood circulation through the chest has been blocked. The sickle shape has founded itself there. Yeah. So there's crisis. We have something called priapism. Priapism in male, any man growing up, when you turn maybe your 16, 20s growing, you have to get erection often, especially at dawn. People living in sickle cell, if you are a male, especially those with the genotype SS, you get the erection, but the blood that helped you to get that erection is not returning because there's a blockage. So it can last about 7 hours to 10 hours. And the pain that happened at the knee when the sickle shape was blocked the blood there, that pain, the same pain that you experience here. So the doctors will now use syringe to tap the blood so that the penis will come down and then you relax. You see, you have to, I think maybe from now you would like to go deeper. Because all the sickle cell patients, and may his soul rest in peace. My brother died of sickle cell.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was a very long time, like 2004 or 5. And so and ever since that meal experience, I have never, and he never told us the things he was dealing with.
Yes.
Right? He never told us what he was dealing with. But my friend, my childhood friend, the one I grew up with her, we literally did everything together. And she lives with sickle cell. One of my favorite people now also is living with. So all the people I know living with sickle cell now are all females.
Okay.
So I don't
really know
this
that
one.
side of male. Yes. So the priapism is still there. And then also the females, they will tell you that even their menstrual cycle, sometimes there are some issues.
Okay.
Do you understand? That's happened to the females also.
Yeah.
And then also we have organ damage because of the hard intake of some drugs, especially tramadol, pethidine, morphine. All these have something like some sample of cocaine inside. All these drugs that I mentioned. So it's very hard drugs. Now that even the Ministry of Health has banned selling tramadol to any other person, unless there's a prescription from doctors.
Yes.
So pethidine, tramadol, morphine, all these things are medication that's when a person is in crisis, you have to give that medication to the person to reduce the pain. And the doctors can't do anything about it than to give you these medications. So especially they will start from the tramadol. If the tramadol is not helping you, then they proceed to the morphine or the pethidine. And we have another hard drugs there. So all these drugs too is stressing the kidney. So we have some warriors who are sickle cell patients, and not that they've been taking alcohol and all that, just because of the intake of the hard drugs, they are on dialysis. Yes. And then some are even their liver, there's a problem there, lungs, there's a problem there. So one condition called sickle cell disease has, scattered or damaged the organs in the body if you don't take care. You understand? So it is very, very, very life-threatening condition that we do have to talk about.
Yeah.
But I do say that what we are discussing here, sickle cell disease, now that we have bone marrow transplant, the foreigners or those in abroad, they are trying. I think UK has had its first bone marrow transplant, that they want to have a cure for sickle cell. So they will just take the bone marrow. Maybe if you have a sibling, they take the person's bone marrow to replace yours. But if your donor doesn't match your own bone marrow, then it can't be possible. All these things. And the price that we are mentioning is very huge. That just a mere person like me sitting here or any other watching me in the village won't be able to cater for those things. You can't afford it. And what we are talking about here is that sickle cell disease can be cured. Why? If I know my genotype, I'm SC. So approaching a lady, if you are not AA, no matter how good you are, beautiful, God-fearing, I don't know, like anything that you can mention I can marry you.
Yeah.
And I know that if I marry you and you are not AA, maybe you are AS or SC, we are going to produce pain to ourselves. Because although you are not the one going to be the sickle cell patient, though, but as a parent, you can't just watch your child to suffer. So sometimes you can be whoever that you want to be, even as a vice president or the president himself. When your child is in crisis, you have to leave your work and then go and then take care of that person. It's a stress. So that is how the sickle cell is. So we can cure it. The cure is that me knowing my genotype, my partner knows her genotype. If you are compatible, fine. If you are not, then we don't even proceed to produce the children. That is not the cure. It is. So this is what we are talking about. That should tell us that awareness is also important. In fact, a lot of people have heard about sickle cell disease, especially we the youth, but we don't really know the consequences of it. What is sickle cell? The causes. Even if someone is living with the condition, how is it affecting the person that we should take necessary caution on that?
Yes.
Please, do you understand?
Yeah.
So if the awareness proceed, I believe a lot of youth will now realize that we are not doing anything for ourselves. Love is enough. But even the Bible says love is not selfish. So you won't intentionally say that although your genotypes are not compatible, but we will proceed because of love.
Yes, I think that is where the issue is mainly, because once the heart is involved, now people don't make rational decisions, and they were giving birth to more sickle cell warriors. Who don't have to deal with all of that.
Innocent.
They genuinely don't have to deal with that. You could have made one decision to keep them in a more healthier home. Exactly. Now, NHIA,
yes.
I was asking earlier, so let's talk about the provision that there is on the NHIA.
With NHIS card, the authority is there for the people. We are there to support everyone. And I want to emphasize on this. NHIS is not there just to cure illness or anything, but we are also there to educate and create awareness for people to prevent all of these issues. Okay. So if you know, and I know about it, I know that I need to check my genotype.
Yes.
And my partner is supposed to check his genotype. We are not compatible. Therefore, we can't marry regardless, so that we will prevent giving birth to a sickle cell warrior. And then you have to always make sure your NHIS card is active. If it's active, you can use it for your consultation, and you know the free primary health care is now available in our CHIP compound, our districts, clinics, and the primary health facility. So if you go there with your national ID card, any national ID card, even with Ghana card, they will attend to you free. You check your vitals. Unless it's something critical that you need to be transferred to the hospitals and the bigger facility. So it's very important, and this is a national issue. That's why we are on board with them, to support them, create awareness to the people, make sure we enroll a lot of people on the NHIS card to make healthcare accessible for everyone, to also reduce costs. In case maybe you might have the money, somebody somewhere don't have the money to go through all of this. So if you have the NHIS card, it reduces the cost. And then you have to also make sure you visit any NHIS facility. You might have the card, but you don't even know whether it has expired or not. So always make sure you use the star 929 hash code to check your renewal, your activation status. If it has expired, you can use the same code, star 929 hash, to renew it on your phone. You need to have less than 30 cedis to renew it. Babies are 5 cedis for 1 year.
Wow.
Yes. So always you have to make sure you have a car. You by the grace of God, you haven't gotten accident, but you renew your car insurance.
Yes.
Good. So you have to make sure you always renew your health. Be secure.
Yeah.
You know your health insurance card is active, even though you are not sick. We are not saying you should fall sick.
Yeah.
But make sure you are secured. And on 19th too, we'll be at KNUSC. We'll be having the World Sickle Cell Awareness Day. We'll be registering people and enrolling them, regardless the numbers. Our staff are there to help you. Just come. If you have Ghana card, bring your Ghana card. We will enroll you on it. If you have the insurance card and it's expired, you can also bring it for us to renew for you. And let's also help spread the news across, especially with our media houses. We plead with you. You are, I think it's fortunate you have, sorry to say, your late brother. You have experiences and some of your female friends who are sickle cell warrior. So you know how it feels and how you even feel when you are with them. So
it's a lot.
Let us spread the news across. Always make sure you have your NHIS card. And one thing too is that now, without the NHIS card, you can enroll with your Ghana card. So with your Ghana card, we will generate the NHIS on it. You can take it to any NHIS facility.
Wow.
It's simple as that.
This technology thing has gone advancing.
Yes, and going to the Play Store, you can also download my NHIS app. Everything about NHIS is on it.
And you can do your registration over there.
You can do your registration over there.
Okay, so now in the comfort of your home, you can get it done.
We've made it simple and easy for everyone.
I see.
Yes.
Finally, before we let you go, this is your event that is coming up.
Okay.
What are we looking to achieve with it?
Okay, so according to the WHO, 19th June every year is World Sickle Cell Awareness Day. Yeah. So this year's World Sickle Cell Awareness Day in Ghana, the national climax will be held at KNUST, Great Hall, 8:30. It will be on Friday. So it's like Full Foundation in partnership with the National Health Insurance Authority. The Ministry of Health is involved, Ghana Health Service is involved, Komfanochi Teaching Hospital, Ghana Education Service, and then also the KNUST University. So you see, all these entities are very serious entities in Ghana here. This should tell us that the condition or the situation at hand is also emergency situation that we have to take care of. So we are going to create more awareness, but we have to also make the genotype screen accessible to the youth. Okay. So no matter the number that will come, we are expecting to screen about 1,000 youth for free to know your genotype. After the awareness or the day, I think the youth will be yearning to know their genotype because a lot of sickle cell warriors will be there to share their stories, life experience. You get a male or female's experience. So when the person is there and you are right there listening to the patient, you haven't yet produced or given birth, then you are thinking of making well-informed choices for your child that is coming. Because everyone, when growing up, anything that you are doing, your family will tell you that grow up so that do hard work so that your children won't come and suffer. But the hard work sometimes is not about you securing properties for the child. But when you are making life-informed choices like knowing your genotype and bringing for the healthy child to this earth, sometimes when the person is healthy, the person can also begin life. Yeah. But Sabio, the person is not healthy or unhealthy. But how can this person even some doctors are living with sickle cell disease and they are really going through a lot. Yeah. We have nurses who are sickle cell warriors. They are going through a lot, journalists, whoever. There are MPs who are also sickle cell warriors and they are going through a lot. Some people who are not coming out to say it because now they've stigmatized the whole thing. Please do you understand?
Which I think is very unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate.
Yes, because when you say you are a sickle cell warrior, some people see you as like, and the name that they've given us as sickler. Yeah. So sometimes you don't want those things, and the treatment people will be, even when you associate yourself growing up, when you want to play with your colleagues, and they'll be saying, if you touch me, you will die. So don't touch him. For this person, every day you are sick. So they are giving you some names and of which you want to. So when I went to the university, I think we were 4 in a room. My colleagues never knew that I have sickle cell until I started Full Cell Foundation.
Oh, really?
Although I would feel like sometimes I won't be feeling well, so I asked them, oh, can they help me to take me to hospital? But they didn't know what is going on, what is going on.
So she couldn't even talk.
Yes.
She didn't want to be seen.
Because I was just thinking that how would they treat me if I told them that, okay, I'm a person living in sickle cell. The treatment ahead, is it going to be better for me or not? So let me stop it. But how can you live with people in your own room, but they never know anything about you? So I'm just urging sickle cell warriors that speak up. Don't really take it as something that is crucial. Don't make it something secrecy. Okay. Sickle cell is not a secret thing. Speak up. Let people know about your condition so that you can get the help that you need. And then also, I want to advise my fellow doctors and nurses watching us that sometimes when we are speaking to some of the sickle cell warriors, a lot of stories, people will be saying that the doctors told them that they won't live beyond 25 years and all that. I know that because of the intake of the hard medications, the struggles that we go through, how the cells has become in the body, sometimes it reduces the lifespan of the person. But that shouldn't be something that we have to speak up. as doctor to let the person know that you may not even live beyond 25 years. So when the person is approaching that very year, you can see that I am Shishebi is there. The person is afraid because they've told the person. Me, when I went to the university, my last level 400, I had crisis. A whole semester, I didn't go to a class. And my mother told me that I was first diagnosed at 6 years. So my mother told me that the doctor who diagnosed me when I had my first crisis said I may not live beyond 25 years. So that thing has been here.
Yeah.
So growing up, I think when I hit my 24th birthday, I had a strange crisis. And I was thinking like, hey, I think what the doctor is saying, is it coming true?
So I think the kind of support, Amos, let me just not cut you, but let me just step in here. Because what was done for my brother, and I'm going to say this, I think what was done for my brother was they told us what the situation was.
Okay.
And they told us what the possibilities were, but what could also sustain him.
Okay.
Unfortunately, when he had his crisis, for a very long time, I really hated the pre-sec school, but thanks to my other brothers who went over there and now are better. And so, because he was in school, had crisis, and nobody, was there to help him. And so he passed on. Oh. But with protection and with constant check, he could have lived. So I think that's what the education should be. Ooh, okay. All right.
Sorry.
All right. So I think what the education should be that, yes, the reality is that you might not live for long. But if you are taken care of and you have people that would take care of you, could help, then you probably will not. Yes. For instance, you had a mother who, you had knowledge.
Yes.
And so you ask people, take me to the hospital, I know what I'm dealing with. You do those things. He probably just didn't know. And so I think we should just...
You see why I was talking about NHIS creating awareness and educating the public about it. Because to give you, to let you know what is at stake.
Absolutely.
You know how to prevent it.
Right.
It's not just about avoiding illness and the rest. But if you have a knowledge about it, how to treat yourself, regularly going to the hospital for checkups and then taking your medicine,
all these things,
not to eat, allergies and the rest, it will sustain you. Because my brother right here, one of the interviews, he mentioned that he's taking good care of himself. And I think that is why he is still here with us.
Yeah.
And then also, the perception, sometimes you don't have to let it get into you.
Because that's emotional stress, which you don't need.
Yes. You see, what I would just say is that as at now in Ghana, I think the health sector, I thank God that now NHIA has come in, Ministry of Ghana Health Services doing their best, and it's a plus to the health sector of Ghana. But we should just accept the fact that now, one condition that is really draining people in Ghana and taking lives is sickle cell.
Yeah.
And you see, sickle cell is a condition that gives the person the pain from the scratch till the person pass away. We should accept the fact that now HIV is not even something that...
Oh, no, because no. I'll let you go there. I'll let you go there.
But people think that HIV is more dangerous than any other condition. But sickle cell that we are talking about,
the condition... HIV that you are talking about, the numbers are wild. That's one. You have to be very, very careful when you go to that area. The numbers that we're looking at...
Yes.
For me, every year, I check the statistics on the figures when it comes to HIV.
Yes. But you see, because of the antiretroviral drugs that the patients are on, sometimes someone will be living with HIV/AIDS, but if they won't, if they don't tell you, or if you are not close, you may not even know that this person is living with it, because they are very healthy, they are living well. So I'm not saying something like HIV is nothing.
It's nothing.
But I'm just saying that because of how the health sector has been able to manage HIV condition, things are going on well. So we should treat it as sickle cell disease also. Because as a sickle cell patient, when you go to hospital, and with the help of NHIA, now the cost has been coming down. But even with that, you can pay like 1,500 to 2,000 Ghana cedis for just one crisis that are certain you are going on admission.
Wow.
And this is very, very strange.
Yeah.
So we believe that once the NHIA is doing their best and the Ministry of Health is doing it, we are praying that the government will also speed up or make some effort that things will be quite better for people living with sickle cell in Ghana.
Indeed.
Yes.
So you said the event in
19th June, Friday 19th June at
the same day we are starting the World Cup.
Yes. It's World Sickle Cell Awareness Day.
Okay.
So we are urging especially the university students to show up. At least come and listen to these stories.
Yes.
For you to know that love is not enough as you see.
You are so focused on that because
yes,
that is where all the problem is starting
exactly.
from.
So we are tackling it from the head.
Yes.
You get.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. So the 19th of June, we're at KNUST Great Hall, and we're having conversations on sickle cell, creating awareness. For you, the reason why you need to be there is because for people, if you're not even living with sickle cell, because at your age, you should know by now whether or not you're living with sickle cell. You should know how to handle the people living with sickle cell. And even when it comes to relationships, what choices you should make.
Yes.
And it's very important because like Amos said, we're tackling the issue from the roots. No more children living with sickle cell in this age and day. Like, you know that you have sickle cell. You cannot be with someone who could help you give birth to children living with sickle cell. Let's do better for the children that are coming, okay? Let's do better. And so we'll all meet at Great Hall. Any social media handles we should follow?
Oh, yeah, so you can follow the NHIA social handle, Focus on Sickle Cell Foundation.
NHIA is Ghana.
Yes.
NHIA is Ghana.
Yes,
okay.
And then also Futsal Foundation Facebook, Futsal Foundation TikTok.
Okay.
Yes, and if you want to communicate with us too, my number is 054 75 92394.
Awesome.
So thank you very much for the platform.
Thank you so much as well.
They should remember to always dial *929# to check your NHIS status, or you go to Play Store, you download my NHIS app, and then you get all information about it.
I think the app is a really good idea. You should jump on that. You have WhatsApp. You're not using it for anything. Go and download the NHIA app, and let's get updated on that. Thank you so much, Amos, and to my NHIA representative. We're really grateful for coming through this conversation. Like I always say, it's a very big conversation, a conversation that's very dear to my heart, because it's just strange that the people in my life are, it's not all of them, but some of them, that the ones that are closest are the ones living with sickle cell, and sometimes it can be very difficult, and we do not want to give birth to children who will, continue this pain. This is a vicious cycle we should end as soon as possible. Well, we have more coming up here on the show. Stay right here with us. We'll be right back. Amaba.